Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joe. Today I want to show you how I created this image here for my YouTube channel banner. It's a top-down shot, but sometimes also known as flat lay photography. And to start off with, we are going to have a quick look at the setup. Sorry for the video quality here because I had to use my iPhone to shoot the behind the scenes to
show you guys, because my main camera, the Fuji X2, I use that to do the photo itself, as well as the Canon G7X, which is filming me right now. I use that as a prop for the image, so I can't use this camera.
So let's take a quick look at the setup first. I picked out a few items that I think represents my channel as well as the things that I like to talk about. So then I used a light stand with a 90-degree boom arm attached to my camera. This gives me more reach over the main area without getting the tripod legs in the shot itself. I made sure I used some counterweights on the end of the boom arm because the camera was quite heavy, and being so far stretched out to one side, it wasn't quite in balance. So I put my bag on the end with some weights inside just to balance it out a little bit. Here you can see how bouncy the camera is at the end of the boom arm, so that's why I use the remote trigger. And also you can see that I've used a Manfrotto ball head, so it's just easier to adjust the camera to get it facing down correctly. I also recommend using a bubble level just to make sure that you are facing the camera completely straight down so it's not skewed and things like that. Although if it's not perfectly straight, it's easy enough to adjust it in Photoshop, but this is just one extra step if you have one, and they're cheap just to, adjust it in camera while you can. And the lens that I use is the Fuji 16-55 f2.8. I've set it to f5.6, so we just get a bit more depth of field, and also it's at 35mm. For lighting, I used a Godox Gemini GT300 shot through a white umbrella just to give me a nice soft light source coming from one direction. As you can see, it's raised above slightly and aimed down around 45-degree angle. And that was the setup. Pretty easy to do. Let's take a look at the images. The neighbors are banging outside. I don't know if you can hear or not, but hopefully the audio won't pick up. Here you can see the different shots that I have taken, shifting things around until I was happy with the results in camera. By the way, I always recommend shooting raw because I will give you the maximum flexibility when you're editing your images afterwards. Once I picked the image that I liked, I did some quick tweaks in camera raw first, just some small tweaks, nothing complicated. Next, I went online and found a YouTube banner template that I used to give me an idea where my image would sit. There are a couple of them online just for free, so just do a quick Google search and you will find it, I'm sure. I didn't want to spend too long editing this image, so I did some quick basic cleanup, starting with the mouse here, since the white umbrella was showing up in the reflection. So I used the select tool and used the content aware fill tool after that. Boom, done, easy. Moving on to the M3 model, the roof was showing some reflection in the room. I masked around it, painted it black along with some clone stamping around the edges. I'm losing the carbon fiber pattern, but no one will see it anyway unless you're zoomed right in, which is not what we're going to do in this case. I added a bit of noise back into the image. Again, no one will see it, but painting it completely black will look a bit fake, so adding a bit of noise will blend in with the rest of the image a little bit better. I noticed some jaggy lines in the camera sensor here. Again, totally unnecessary, but hey, it was a quick, easy fix anyway. Some smudges in the eyepiece here. Moving on to the windscreen, again, pesky reflection, but easy fix. I masked around it, painted it black, and added a fake white gradient and turned down the opacity. Same trick for the back window. Then I took a screen grab from my iPhone 4S and imported it into the computer. My 2011 iPhone 4S, which is actually my first ever iPhone, still works to this day. The battery is very dead, like it just would not hold a charge, but the fact that it still works, and recently there's an update to like iOS 9. So yeah, quite amazing that such an old phone still works. Anyway, I converted the layer into a smart object, resized it, and used the distort tool to match the screen size, and slapped a fake white gradient on top of it just to give it a bit of reflection. The fake grass was looking a bit, well, fake, because obviously it's a fake cliche IKEA grass pot thing that most YouTubers seem to have. So I used the color range tool and adjusted the hue, saturation and lightness to give it a little bit more life to the fake grass. Moving on to the Chrome M3 key, because the surface wasn't completely flat, it was looking a little bit wobbly. So I used the small brush and picked the color around the pieces that looked a bit weird and just painted out the darker bits to make it look smooth again. Really simple, and you don't have to be completely accurate when you're zoomed in that far. It's not going to show up once you zoom back out. That's it, the image is done. I did a final tweak in Camera Raw to remove some of the yellow tint in the image, exported it as a JPEG at the maximum quality, and that's it, done. So moving on to my YouTube page, here's my channel, and this is the reason why I wanted to do this top-down image, is to replace my channel's banner up here at the top. This is the old crappy one that I've used for many years, and I think it's about time that I've updated it, which is super simple to do now that we have our image prepared. All you got to do is go up to the top here and click on this little camera icon, and you can drag and drop your image into here. It will tell you the maximum file size as well as the recommended resolution. And once you've dropped it in and uploaded it, it will show up here on your photos. This is the old one, this is the new one. So we got to click on it, select it, and it will give you a quick preview on what it will look like on the different devices. You can also use the auto enhance feature, but it doesn't seem to do much in my image. And also I've already tweaked to see how I want my image to look like in Photoshop, so we're not going to do that. You can also adjust the crop, but again, I don't want to do that in this case. So let's go back to device preview and just hit select. It will save. I've noticed that once you hit save, it looks like the image is really low resolution. All you got to do is just refresh the page and it should, there you go, it will go back into sharp again. So that is how you update your YouTube channel art, as well as how to do a top-down flat lay photography style image. Nothing too complicated, just requires a bit of setting up. And as I said in the title of this video, you can also use this style of shooting for your Instagram images, which will look quite cool. As you can see, simply just crop it into a different format, up to you whether you prefer a square or 4x5 type format here. But as you can see here, it will look great on your Instagram stories or your Instagram feed as well. So it's applicable on, to be honest, a lot of scenarios. You can also create really cool like wallpaper, as you can see here. So that's it. If you have any questions, do let me know below and I'll definitely answer them. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.